Shout out to the sponsors of the podcast, MonarchToken.io, the complete crypto solution. Monarch Wallet is now available for Android, iOS, and desktop devices today. Do you want to learn how to mine crypto? Well, all you have to do is visit cryptomining.tools for profitable crypto mining information today. The Divi Project, that is diviproject.org, your one-click solution for staking and masternodes. Earn cryptocurrency using social media platforms like SoMe.social, SOMEE.social, New Era Social Media. Get paid to write reviews, like reviews, comment on reviews. Visit bravocoin.com and get paid to review. Available for Android and iOS devices. bravocoin.com. CoinFlip, the world's best Bitcoin ATM. Better service, better fees. Better visit coinflip.tech today. Shout out to the sponsors of the podcast, MonarchToken.io, the complete crypto solution. Monarch Wallet is now available for Android, iOS, and desktop devices today. Do you want to learn how to mine crypto? Well, all you have to do is visit cryptomining.tools for profitable crypto mining information today. The Divi Project, that is diviproject.org, your one-click solution for staking and masternodes. Earn cryptocurrency using social media platforms like SoMe.social, SOMEE.social, New Era Social Media. Get paid to write reviews. All right, and we're live. Hey, how goes it? Ken Bozak here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And today I'm with my bro Bale of NFT.NYC. This is February 20th in New York City. It's a non-fungible token conference, and I know, like, I'll probably say, like, oh, it's a blockchain gaming conference, much more than that, but that's where I friggin' run into, like, all the blockchain games last year. It was so much fun. So hey bro, how goes? Why don't you introduce yourself to the audience? Let them know a little bit about maybe who you are, how you got into crypto, and how that led you to where you're at today with what you're doing with NFT.NYC.
Cool, thanks, Ken. So yeah, background, Cameron Bale. You can probably tell from my voice, I'm from Australia. So back in Sydney, I started working with this company from San Francisco called People Browser. That was about 7 years ago. And we were basically doing like enterprise development projects for, all sorts of companies like banks and government and things like that. We did some work with DARPA, US Department of Defense, and then moved on to sort of these big, interesting fintech style projects. One of our clients in 2014 was the Commonwealth Bank of Australia, and we actually did a Ripple integration, and that was sort of our first like foray into blockchain, into crypto. And we did this app that allowed you to tap and pay with your phone and pay with Ripple. And exactly, like, it's pretty early. So in hindsight now, like, it seems pretty crazy that we're doing that, back then. But yeah, basically we sort of stuck at it and sort of started to see NFTs come out, same as everyone, like you just said, Ken, gaming and, art and collectibles, crypto kitties. That was sort of, when everyone started to sort of ears prick for NFTs. And we realized that it was something that we should be, working with, and we'd already had the experience developing on chain. So we developed a platform for our cred brand called NFT.cred. And NFT.cred basically tried to make it easy for anyone, any influencer, any brand, any enterprise to start experimenting with these things. Actually create their own like digital assets registered on chain that they could then share with their communities and sort of create engagement. So that was sort of our first like entry point into the NFT space. Like you can, going to tons of crypto conferences, blockchain events, things like that. Exactly. You probably see that the group's kind of split. It sort of splits between the guys that are, the Wall Street or the crypto ICO guys that are there investing in currencies, speculating, trying to make a dollar. And then there's the guys that are actually building stuff.
I like to say it's the guys in the suits and the guys in the pajamas.
Yeah, exactly. But like the guys in the pajamas, they sort of like, gravitate toward each other. all the crypto gaming guys, all the artists, everyone that's using, that's actually building projects that are in that space, they sort of find each other because they're not interested in the speculative like side of crypto. And so these guys, they came together, and what we realized the common thread was NFTs. And so, there was the guys from CryptoKitties back in the day. There was the guys from, all these different gaming platforms like Neon District, Blockade Games. And then the artists too. I think you probably know Josie.
Yeah,
Josie.
Josie, and I got to meet
Yeah,
Dada at the last NFT event, which was like awesome to see, like on the blockchain. That was a really cool artist to run into.
exactly. So imagine like we're at all these events. I think in like 2018, we went to something like 25 different conferences, and we're bumping into the same people, and we end up having the same conversations with the same people because these guys just find each other. And there's always these little like side events, like little meetups with pizza and beer and stuff like that for the NFT crowd. And we sort of thought, we're in this space. We like these people. We want to get to know everyone. It's a real community. Everyone wants to help each other. So there's an opportunity here to bring everyone together with this community event. And so NFT.NYC was born.
I love that you're doing it in New York City. I think that's really cool. I got a really
Yeah,
interesting vibe at last year's event, which is like why I really want to go this year is because like I went to Consensus, I go to other New York events and it's just not the same, I think it's the
yeah,
non-fungible aspect of it. Again, like you're right, a lot of the speculators don't really like come out, and I think
yeah,
that's what keeps it more of like a cleaner environment when it comes to like blockchain conferences. I think that
yeah.
you're not going to see many like ICO salesmen at NFT.NYC, but Consensus was like swarmed with them. So it's
I know what you mean. And a funny thing that like OpenSea, our partners for the event, recently released something called the NFT Bible. And we sort of joke about how the Bible converts skeptics and non-believers into NFT evangelists. And that's sort of what we see there. It's like all these people are there because they believe in this tech, they believe in the space, and it's such a collaborative like community. People share their code, people share what they're
yep.
doing, their ideas, and it's just so cool to sort of be a part of that.
Last year it was at the PlayStation Center, which was pretty badass. I got to get up on
Yeah,
stage. So big shout out to Jody, aka Wing Dude, because he brought me up on stage because I really wanted one of those Crypto Kitty onesies, and I tried buying the cred token off of the audience. I offered like one whole ETH at the time, and nobody wanted to sell the token. And then I ran into Jody at Consensus most recently, and he actually
yeah,
gifted me the Crypto Kitties
yeah. We got
onesie.
you one.
Yeah, man. So I'll be wearing it this year for sure. Because last year I didn't get one, but this year I got it. So definitely see me in my onesie. And
Yeah,
then yeah,
awesome.
it was really cool. So where's the venue this year?
Well, like you said, last year we are at PlayStation Theater, which was in Times Square. One of the things we loved about it last year is we actually got a billboard in Times Square. So imagine all these like wild and crazy NFT projects like games and artists and things like that. They were actually able to show their artwork. There's Crypto Kitties, there's Neon District, there's all these different cool characters and stuff up on a billboard in Times Square. So we have some crazy photos of that. And unfortunately, that venue actually closed down, so we were forced to move. That being said, we managed to find another awesome venue just around the corner. It's called the Edison Ballroom. Edison Ballroom is this, I think, 1930s Art Deco space, recently renovated. It's beautiful. It's going to be awesome.
That's gonna be a cool Clash of
Yeah,
Worlds, like the
yeah,
Renaissance like vibe with like the
yeah,
new era futuristic blockchain conference inside. It's gonna be
yeah,
cool.
exactly.
So, what are some of like the speakers, projects, people that are going to be stopping by that attendees can expect to run into or see on stage or represent it maybe at a booth?
Yeah, awesome. So we've got tons. Last year we had, I think, total around 160 people apply to speak, and we had about 80 confirmed speakers that we actually had on the day. This year we've had over 200 speaker applications, so it's been an epic job to sort of work through them and speak to everyone. And I've been on the phone for the last 2 months. Um, we've got about 105, I think, at the moment confirmed speakers. So we're going to have a full-on day. We've got 2 stages this time. There's going to be the main stage and then a breakout room for anyone that's doing sort of more interactive type content. In that room, there's going to be some fun stuff like live gaming tournaments. There's going to be
Okay.
some, yeah, there's going to be some cool like NFT art installations. So Josie, like I mentioned before, she'll be there. There'll be the guys from Super Rare, the guys from Known Origin, the guys from Maker's Place, and a few other platforms presenting NFT art in there. Um, and then there'll be a guy called Chris Gonzalez from Consensus. He'll be managing the NFT gaming tournament. It's going to be pretty cool.
I gotta get in on that tournaments, man. I would definitely. That's I play a few blockchain games. I got a few tricks up my sleeve when it comes to gaming.
Yeah, I actually just talked to Chris about it last night. He's going to actually have a few pro gamers that are going to be there too. So hopefully we'll get their handles over to you and we can share that out.
I got to play with a couple pro gamers in Vegas at the esports arena, playing in a
Nice.
lightning tournament. It was a Bitcoin lightning tournament that all the winners got like lightning Bitcoin for like prize
Cool.
pools, and half of it was like crypto enthusiasts. The other like 40% were a bunch of random kids off the street, and there was like 10% like known gamers that were sprinkled into the tournament. But
Yeah.
mostly all the random kids off the street kicked everybody's butt and won a bunch of Bitcoin, which was really cool.
Yeah, good for them. Well, hopefully that happens again. Chris has lined up a bunch of cool prizes from the sponsors. So he's got some stuff from Infura and Skyweaver and those guys too.
I definitely want to give NFT NYC the appraisal it deserves for the ticketing that you've done. I feel like so many blockchain conferences totally miss the ball when it comes to incorporating the tech that they
Yeah.
are promoting inside the venue towards the event itself. I spent, I didn't spend. I mean, I get, but people spend like $3,000 on a ticket to Consensus, and it could
Yeah.
just be handed to somebody else, or they have an issue where they can't show up, and good luck trying to sell it to somebody that wants to buy it because they can show up. I mean, how
Yeah.
many people I've seen actually like be able to do that where like, oh, I grabbed a couple tickets to NFT NYC, but my flight or something got canceled, I can't make it, blah 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 blah, anybody want to buy these NFTs, and people are. It's really cool to see.
Yeah.
So I just,
Yeah.
why don't more events do what you're doing? How difficult is it for your
It's a
event to
new,
utilize these NFT tickets?
it's not hard. That's the thing. It's a new space though. It's like, it's scary to jump off the bridge. Like when you have a traditional ticketing platform like Eventbrite, it's like you gather all this information about your attendees and you feel comfortable that you know who everyone is, right? And that's sort of one of the things that the crypto crowd or the NFT crowd, they love anonymity and they love like, the simplicity of just by holding this thing, I have the right to do something. And so we sort of, we're taking a sort of forked approach where we do both. We've got the guys with the credit card come along, buy your ticket with USD, and if you've got ETH, you can buy an NFT ticket. And we're using a platform from one of our partners, Mintbase. They're actually minted all of the tickets, but they actually have this cool like reconciliation type app. So on the day when you actually turn up with your NFT ticket, we'll be able to verify on the spot that it's a valid ticket, and you can just keep it in your Trust wallet or whatever on your phone.
Oh, you get to keep it, so I don't have to actually send
Yeah,
you the ticket to get the physical entry. I get to actually just like keep my
you
NFT
can
and
hang on
just.
to it forever. Yeah,
That's cool. Okay, for
and
some reason
we
I
can
was thinking of like
yeah,
the redemption of it or something. I'd have to send
yeah,
it to you when I got there. But okay, so and this is cool because even when people can't go to an event, like it's somewhat cool to have like the nostalgic collectible of it too. Like how many people
yeah,
want a ticket stub to a concert they can't go to? It's not the same as
definitely.
having the non-fungible a collectible of the same thing. So like yeah, I might not be able to make it, but hey, I got the collectible. Like I didn't buy the ticket to go, I bought it to collect the ticket.
We talk about the hottest apps, what people are doing with NFTs, with gaming, and so on. And they did a giveaway with some special Chinese New Year tickets. So they were like special NFT.NYC collectible tickets that you can actually use to redeem to come to the event. But so many people over in China that weren't necessarily going to come to the event were still scrambling to get them for that reason. People want to hold on to that thing that they can
Mm-hmm.
keep forever.
Yeah, I mean, I do. That's like my whole thing is like these NFT. For some reason, I'm addicted to NFTs. Like, like a lot of people are like, "Oh, what's your favorite altcoin or what?" I'm like, it's probably gonna be a non-fungible. Like,
Yeah,
Bitcoin's Bitcoin. There is no whatever. You want to talk about something else? Probably just gonna
yeah,
be an NFT conversation at that point. And I wanted to
yeah,
highlight what you're doing with the cred stuff. Like, you have these swag bags that are tokenized swag bags. It's not like, anything I've really ever seen done before. And I believe even at
Yeah.
Consensus, you were doing something as well with these swag bags with like non-fungible tokens that are redeemable for actual physical swag, like a hat or a book bag or
Yeah.
a shirt or something, which is like super interesting. So like, what inspired you guys to like tokenize your swag and go about it in this like totally unique way?
Well, it's so funny. Like, just like you've got all those conference passes hanging next to you, every conference you go to, the very first thing after you get your badge is this terrible recycled shopping bag with pieces of paper and just pens and stuff in it that you're going to throw straight in the trash or leave at the airport, leave at the hotel. And what we realized was that sponsors at events, like they all have some sort of call to action, right? There's a reason for them to be there, whether it's just to create notoriety by like giving away a t-shirt, drive people to a new app, download this app, get access to a specific offer, meet someone, whatever it is. They all want to sort of achieve something at the event. And just like I talked about with mint-based tickets a second ago, NFTs can be redeemable for things. And so what we've done with our Cred platform was allow people to actually create custom NFTs with different redemption features, so they could be redeemed for different things. And so, that makes it easy for a sponsor of an event. Say Consensus last year, they had over 90 sponsors, and something like 70 of them actually came to us and created a custom NFT for the event that did something different. And so there were some that the NFT could be redeemed for entrance into a competition to win something. Or some of them you could take to the booth, like you said, and swap it for a hoodie or for a hardware wallet or
Oh,
something
that
like
just
that.
I swapped one of your NFTs at Consensus for a meeting. There was like a private meeting. Wow, I cannot
Yeah,
remember who that was. That's gonna
yeah,
bother me. But I got to hang out with somebody only because I had one of these NFTs and I got into like a private little like
exactly,
one-on-one meet and greet. I thought that was really
exactly.
cool.
And so yeah, we all imagine all these different cool fun things that you can do instead of being in a physical recycled shopping bag, they're in a digital wallet. And for the crypto crowd, they all come with their existing wallets, so they can click and say send all these tokens to MetaMask or to whatever wallet they're using. But for the non-crypto crowd, they just enter an email address and it creates a wallet for them, and they can have the same experience.
That's
So
pretty much how I set it up, was just to see what it was like for the non-crypto
yeah,
crowd. I did that very similar. I just sent my email over, got an email to log in. I logged in through the email and it sent, here's your wallet, here's all the things in it. I forward
yeah,
them all, I think, to my MetaMask at one point after that. So like I can open my
yeah,
MetaMask on my mobile wallet. I can see my swag bag, and I know you sent me the email to redeem them. I'm looking at my NFTs and I'm like, I kind of don't need another hat, but I really like this NFT, so I'm just
I
gonna
want a
keep
token. Yeah,
I'd rather have the token than the physical hat at that point. But like,
yeah,
I can at any point send that to somebody else who may want it, or somebody can make me an offer to buy it, which is just really
yeah.
cool.
So yeah, thanks. So anyway, the first NFT swag bag was at NFT.NYC last year. Throughout the year, it was picked up by a number of different events, including Consensus, like you mentioned, the Technology Policy Institute, Chamber of Digital Commerce. A bunch of different events have started using it. For Consensus last year, I think we minted over 300,000 tokens, which is pretty crazy, and distributed them among 4,000 attendees. And we're doing it again this year at NFT.NYC. So anyone that comes to NFT.NYC will actually get their NFT swag bag with a bunch of cool stuff in it. One of the really cool things that we're doing this year is that we're including what we call a domain token in that bag. And so, Ken, I think you've probably got a .eth domain, right?
Oh yeah, I have my Ethereum name service. I even have unstoppable domains. I try to
Right.
use as much of those things as I can. So yeah.
Cool. So with Cred, you've probably seen we have the .cred top level domain, and that's like an ICANN, just like a .com. It's like a real top level domain on the internet, like a .com, like a .org, like a
Oh.
.something else. But what we've done is integrate that with ENS. So now .cred is live on both ENS and DNS, which means that you can connect it to a website.
Oh wow.
Go to Chrome, type in ken.cred, and you can go and see Ken's profile or whatever website. But go to MetaMask, you can send ETH to ken.cred, or you can send BTC to
I
ken.cred.
like that a lot, man. That's actually
Right.
really smart. I think that's actually got a lot of potential for like smart contracts and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And so all of that though, all the domain is actually managed via the token. So anyone that comes gets their swag bag, they're actually going to get a cred domain token. So in their swag bag, there will be a token that gives them their own .cred domain, which they can keep, and they can actually, connect their wallets, connect their social accounts or websites or whatever they want.
I can, yeah, I was just gonna say I can connect my website to it. So that's
Yeah.
probably, I think, the most unique thing I've seen done with an NFT. Then probably.
Well, it's fun because, like, imagine if on Ken.cred or on your website, you say, like, oh, I've got a subscription service, sort of like Patreon or something like that. You could say, send ETH to Ken.cred. I'm already on Ken.cred in my browser, but you can actually send payments to Ken.cred as well. So it sort of like unifies that experience of both transaction and information.
Yep, and I mean, even shopping online, I could see the potential behind, sending a payment to Walmart.cred as opposed to a very long public address when I go to check
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So anyway, there's going to be a panel about that, about blockchain domains. So there's going to be the guys from ENS, from Unstoppable, from Cred, from the FIO on that panel. I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Theo, it's going to be friggin' interesting, man. These
Yeah.
decentralized exchanges and these services, like a lot of the things that people wanted blockchain to do, or like legacy like projects to incorporate, really weren't designed yet. Like these tools are just starting to be designed in this space and are just finally starting to be utilized. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I've been in this space for a little over 4 years, and it's like I finally feel like we're ready for mass adoption. Everybody
Yeah.
wanted it for the whole time I've been in this space, and I've been like kind of the skeptic in the room, like I can use it, that's cool, but I don't think it's ready for everybody. Hold your horses. I feel
Well,
like
that's
now
right.
though we're ready. We could see mass adoption occur because of all these
It's
things that are
coming.
finally lined up.
It's coming. Alex Mashinsky, he from Celsius, he's going to be speaking. He has this sort of famous saying where he says that NFTs are what's going to help us cross the chasm to
Mm-hmm.
mass adoption. So, he's a guy. He's interested in DeFi. He's interested in trading currencies, all sorts of like blockchain aspects of what can we do with blockchain? How can we get this in the hands of a million users or a billion users? And he thinks that the crypto bubble is that's one thing, but how do we get it to like the mass audience? He thinks it's NFTs.
Yep.
And it takes guts. It takes guts for big enterprise to actually start doing stuff with new tech. And it's really cool what we've seen this year. Like I said, we've had tons of interesting speaker applications, but some of the ones that are really exciting are, we've got a lawyer that's unpacking the NFT patent from Nike. So you might have seen that Nike recently submitted an NFT patent for their crypto kicks.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool word. Like they use crypto kick, like they patented. That's
Yeah,
theirs now.
right. But it's like just showing investment in the space from these huge brands. And, we've got them. We've got some guys called the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance.
Yep.
They partner with tons of banks, tons of big enterprise, like Microsoft and so on. And they're going to be talking about, how different enterprise, and using one example with a speaker that's going to be there from Itaú Bank, which is like, I think it's like the 8th biggest bank in the world. They're from Brazil. They're actually using NFTs to tokenize people's trusts.
Get the hell out of here.
So it's crazy. We're seeing, all these cool use cases. There's big industry like that, but then there's still guys that are doing this sort of like cutting edge, pushing the boundary in new spaces. So there's even a guy called Daniel Reed who has a project called Genobank, and they're actually using NFTs, sort of like 23andMe, but you can do a DNA test and actually tokenize your genome. So like your human genome DNA gets registered as an NFT. And it's about like giving people control of that data and like actually knowing that they can own it and control it.
I just want to shoot that NFT
awesome.
on a hardware wallet into space and hope an alien can clone me from my NFT.
Well, he's gonna be giving away some DNA testing kits on the day, so you can actually like swab, go into the bathroom, do what you need to do, then go for it.
Oh yeah, sign me up. Sign me right up for that. Like that's actually really cool. That's crazy that banks are utilizing NFTs. I would have never have imagined
starting.
Wow. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
waiting like, somebody to come out. Like, I love all the memes of like things on the blockchain like bananas, but I think an interesting NFT membership, like, for NFT as for a service or as an entry for a service, gym
yeah,
memberships. I feel like gym memberships being tokenized and having that third
yeah,
party ownership is
yeah.
probably going to be like the biggest game changer for mainstream for like everybody, because now
Right.
if you decide that your New Year's resolution was stupid and you actually don't love working out
You
as
can
much
sell it.
as you can just sell your gym membership instead of being stuck with it for the year and paying for it and never going. So, like
Yeah,
me.
definitely. Definitely, that's also Crypto Mondays. Who you're probably familiar with. Crypto Mondays was founded by a guy called Lou Kerner, and Lou's going to be speaking at NFT.NYC, excuse me. And Crypto Mondays now has over 15,000 members around the
Wow.
world, which is crazy, right? I don't know how many cities they're in, something like 50 or 60, but they have 15,000 members, and they're actually using NFTs for Crypto Monday membership cards. And so, just like you said, get your membership card. You can use it to get access to events. You can give it to your friend if you're not going to be there that day. Just like first class lounge access. Get the card in
Right.
your wallet. If
Well,
your wife's flying, you can give the card to her for the day. She can use it. You know,
yeah, I was talking to a company actually at a loyalty and rewards conference. It wasn't a Bitcoin or blockchain conference, it was a loyalty and rewards conference. I ended up going because I knew the organizers also organized blockchain events, but this wasn't one of
yeah,
the. It was, they do a lot of events, right? A lot of organizers do events outside of crypto, and
yeah,
I kind of wanted to like incept this loyalty and rewards points like industry, and they're actually very interested in like having these NFTs for rewards points, that if you like hold this NFT you shop, well, they have a receiving address for that NFT, so you
yeah,
could receive other coupons or like these gift card points through
yeah,
that Ethereum address that's holding that NFT, that the loyalty point card. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, if I live in say New Jersey and I'm a member at BJ's and I go and move somewhere else and there's only Costco, I can trade that now on a third party instead of being stuck with
yeah.
it. And they don't
And
want people stuck with their stuff and not like use their services anymore, because it
yeah,
leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Even if like the businesses isn't around for you to do
yeah.
business with, they still want you to be happy with like being a member at some point.
That's right. And it's funny you say that. There's actually a talk with Tata Consultancy Services. They're actually building NFT reward platforms for their clients. So this is another enterprise use case. People are actually doing it, and we've got a few like speakers that are interested to talk about that. So Bizer from Tata, he's going to be leading a panel with Sid Kalla and Steve McGarry from Grow Your Base and Brian Flynn from Dapper. So people are actually doing that, and sort of like the grocery example that you used. There's a company called Green Fence from LA, who you might have heard of. They're the guys that release like the Deadpool collectibles and
Okay.
some of them like really cool like Hollywood collectibles that came out on OpenSea. So Green Fence, they actually have a side called Green Fence Consumer, which is really focused on the supermarket side of things. Just like there's a guy that drops paper pamphlets at your door every week with coupons in it. These guys are actually doing that with NFTs, and so you can claim a coupon just using your cell phone number. And then when you go to the checkout and you type your cell phone number in at Walgreens or wherever it is, it can actually check whether you've got a coupon that can be applied, and it just applies it automatically.
Yeah, I mean that's genius, and I like that the
Yeah,
wallet would be my phone number, and I think that
exactly. Right.
the way these businesses like I mean we could for a second, like I think there's going to be levels to these NFTs too. Like I could have like a VIP NFT ticket, and somebody could have a general admissions NFT ticket, or I could even have a very specific ticket that's like when you go to a concert you have seat F9 in the back row, and like these tickets are, these NFTs aren't blanketed, they're very individualized. And I could have maybe and I don't know if you offer this, I just thought this before earlier I'd mention it, but like a super ticket for NFT.NYC, where it may be a little bit more pricey than a regular yearly ticket,
Yeah,
but this is like a season pass ticket. I have this NFT ticket, gives me admission for the rest of my life to any event that or something to that effect,
love
that
it.
I think is really cool.
I
Because
love it.
I could invest in the future of NFT.NYC by maybe
Yeah,
purchasing this little bit more of an expensive ticket, but because I'm investing in future events, I get to go to them all.
come forever. We a funny thing is that we actually did do that with Consensus last year. We had a giveaway. We gave away, I think, something like 30 tickets. There was some, tickets to Consensus 2020, tickets to Consensus Asia,
Oh yeah, I
tickets
heard
to
people had some in
Invest.
their swag bags too, right?
Exactly. There was a few triple passes, and then there was one ticket like you're talking about, which we called the Consensus Lifetime Pass. It was like a golden ticket. And the most amazing thing was that the guy that won it, it was actually his birthday that day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I hope I run into him if he's ever selling it, is all I'm saying. Or, you
Well,
know what I think's really cool? The potential to lease NFTs, right? Like you said earlier, you could give it to your wife or your spouse if they're going out to do something, that could utilize it. It could also be a stranger that I don't know at all that maybe I don't want to give up my NFT NYC and non-fungible token, but I
yeah.
can't go to New York. I can't go to the event. So I can lease you
Yeah.
the ticket. You can go to
Yeah.
the event, but afterwards I want my NFT back.
Yeah. Like Airbnb for NFTs.
Oh shit. All right, so you're
Yeah.
you're already talking to someone. Who
You
anybody
can
doing anything like this?
you can rent my sword. We're talking about it with a few different people. One sort of similar sort of idea is something that Celsius is, working on,
I know,
which is
dude. I've
actually,
been talking to Alex Machinsky about leasing my
yeah,
NFT Lamborghini, bro, for like 2 years. I'm like,
exactly.
why do I don't want to sell my Lamborghini, Alex. Alex, I don't want to sell my Bitcoin. You make it possible for me to earn money on my Bitcoin without selling it. I
Do it
need
on the
you to,
Lambo.
yes, I need my Lambo to go out there and make me money, bro, because I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to sell it. I need to lease it.
Exactly. And like you probably saw, I think it was last year, someone came out with that project, Wrapped Crypto Kitties. So
Yes.
Wrapped Crypto Kitties is sort of like creating a bond or like collateralizing an NFT to say like, you know, we know that this token is worth one crypto kitty, so we'll call it one WCK, one wrapped crypto kitty, but all wrapped crypto kitties are equal. So it's sort of like a lucky dip, right? You've got one wrapped crypto kitty, you don't know what kitty's inside, but you know it has some sort of value. And there's a group of guys that are actually going to be talking about that with Alex. They're talking about collateralizing NFTs and like how, where do NFTs belong in that financial landscape? How can people, do these things they can do with, the mortgage on their house, or they
Right.
can do with their car? Like, how can they do that with these digital assets as well?
I do that with the see that big old sign behind me with Splinterlands. They were there last year.
Yeah,
They were known as Steam Monsters then, but I have a couple decent cards that I lease out to people that they
yeah, they're
use
going to
in
be in this. They're
tournaments.
going to be in the swag bag. They're going to be in the swag bag this year.
Nice.
Matt from Splinterlands is going to be there. Get your swag bag, and you'll probably get one of his cards.
Yeah, I actually have their Kickstarter cards. I have a huge collection of their physical cards and their digital
Cool.
cards. I think I'm only like 50 cards off from the entire digital collection, and I have like 5 series of cards. So I
Look out.
went to yeah my like people are like think they're bag holding a bunch of shit coins. They have nothing on my NFT bags, man. I have a lot of personal like belief in NFTs outside of the speculatory like value. Like I bought a bunch of those Gods Unchained cards, and of course
Yeah,
the Ethereum that I spent on them. ETH was a little bit more, so it's going to be a little hard for me to earn back my ETH off those cards. But
yeah,
I'm not worried about that. When I go to the store and I buy a pair of shoes, I don't think about where, like, you know what I mean? Oh, those shoes could have been this or that. It's a transaction.
yeah,
I bought the NFT. I didn't invest in it. And I think that
yeah.
that's a
Exactly.
different mentality altogether. Like, it keeps a lot of the tribalism away. Like, like NFTs, even like with Engine, Wax, OpenSea, Rare, but there's not much, if any, tribalism in the NFT environment.
Yeah, it's so open, right?
Yeah, well, no pun intended. Shout out to OpenSea.
Yeah, yeah. OpenSea partners at the event, NFT.NYC.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time, guys. So if you're in the New York area, I definitely recommend it. Even if you can't afford a ticket or whatever, hit me up, man. I'll be outside at the smoking section. We can vibe. It's gonna be a really good time. What are the ticket prices starting at for NFT NYC? I believe it's like $200, right?
Yeah, $200 for
Which is hella affordable, by the way. I've been to enough events to know like that's really affordable.
$200 was our early bird ticket. So they've actually all sold out. We got general admissions now $299, and then we've got VIP tickets at $499. But I'll give you a link to share with you guys. Get a discount as well.
All right, cool. I'll tweet that out to everybody, man. And yeah, if you guys end up, I've had people, a few, at least two or three people, message me recently asking if I knew anybody that needed a ticket because
Yeah,
their flights got canceled or something came up. So if
yeah.
you need a ticket, maybe reach out to me. I might be able to help you connect to somebody that's already got one that may need you. So like I could be like the OTC of the NFT world for a little bit, try to help you guys out. Or you can just go to NFT.NYC's website and you could use your dirty fiat, or you could use crypto and you could buy your ticket with crypto. So I guess
Awesome.
to wrap things up here, man, final thoughts. Anything that you wanted to make sure that we mentioned that the audience knows about the event that we didn't get to cover yet, or anything that you would want to ask me before we go?
Definitely. So on the 19th, the evening before the event, so Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m., we're going to be hosting a VIP dinner. VIP dinner is the invitation goes out to all of our speakers, to our sponsors, and to our VIP ticket holders. So if you're thinking about buying a ticket and you want to rub shoulders with sort of the VIPs of the event, get a VIP ticket and you'll get an invite to that.
Okay, guys, you already know the deal. Do it. Just
Yeah.
do it. It's worth it. Definitely this early in the space, it's going to be hard to, rub shoulders, as he said, as the industry grows. I've seen it happen, man. Like when I first got into crypto, Charlie Lee was just a dude. Now he's a freaking celebrity. Good luck having dinner with that guy at an event. I used to be able to hang out with him every time I saw him. Now he has like a mob around him. So as this space grows, the industry grows. These elite, forefathers of the space are going to be a lot harder to get in a room with. So this is like that early opportunity, like
That's right.
before Zuckerberg was, Zuckerberg, there was times that you could have been in a room with him, picked his brain. And this is that time you could pick Alex Machinsky's brain for a while and hassle him.
Ken
Dude,
Bozak's.
yeah, or mine, man. Like I mean, I love talking about non-fungibles. I think that it is the on ramp everybody's talking about
Yeah,
or trying to figure out where is this on ramp. Well, it's there. It's called non-fungible tokens. I'm sorry that
that's
it's
it.
not cryptocurrencies that it will be the on ramp for mainstream mass adoption, but NFTs will beget the transition of the understanding of asset ownership, not physical, non fungible currencies, and I think people understand like when you start to use platforms that let you do something other ones didn't, that you realize, oh, I didn't have as much liberty as I thought I did. So a lot of people that start playing blockchain games, they're really woke to the fact that these Fortnite skins are so centralized. The amount of money they invested in it is just
Mm.
set on fire. And they realize,
Mm.
oh, I could buy a skin for Neon District. And if I stop, I could trade it. Get out of here. I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's the biggest difference. And I think that's the Trojan horse, So a big shout out to NFT NYC. I think like these are the events that will beget the mainstream adoption, mass adoption. Probably not so much consensus, when it comes to like mainstream adoption, maybe for like VCs and investors and stuff. But I just see a lot of the people getting into this space through non-fungible. I mean, look, dude, there's banks doing this. Could you imagine getting your first NFT because your bank gave it to you?
Crazy,
What?
right?
I mean, that's really different, man. I actually talked to a company, Silicon Nexus, that's doing something with non fungible token like vending machines. I don't know if you came across Silicon Nexus at all, but it's
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah, it looks like a vending machine. It's just a giant iPad. You can just walk up and play a game and get like things. But I'm like waiting for the day I can walk up and just get like a crypto kitty from a vending machine on my way out of like the supermarket.
That's right. Well, it's the time's here.
Yeah, it is, dude, and you're putting it together, bro. So shout out to you, man. I appreciate everything you're doing.
Thanks, Ken.
Hey, everybody, thank you all for tuning in. I really hope I see you February 20th in New York City. And if you guys are ballers, you want to rub some shoulders, maybe I'll see you on the 19th. Definitely take a look at my Twitter account. I'll be dropping a link for discounted tickets. And I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Cameron.
Thanks, Ken.
All right, guys, we're out of here. As always, have a day. Shout out to the sponsors of the podcast, MonarchToken.io, the complete crypto solution. Monarch Wallet is now available for Android, iOS, and desktop devices today. Do you want to learn how to mine crypto? Well, all you have to do is visit CryptoMining.Tools for profitable crypto mining information today. The Divi Project, that is diviproject.org, your one-click solution for staking and masternodes. Earn cryptocurrency using social media platforms like Somee.social, SOMEE.social, New Era Social Media. Get paid to write reviews, like reviews, comment on reviews. Visit bravocoin.com and get paid to review. Available for Android and iOS devices. bravocoin.com. CoinFlip, the world's best Bitcoin ATM. Better service, better fees. Better visit coinflip.tech today. Shout out to the sponsor.